October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. First carry for Najee Harris. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Pulled in at the 24. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going to try and throw. And to find the open man, that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with a 2nd-round pick from April's draft. Running right through it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Harris running straight ahead, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 13. Oh, that's deep for Duvernay. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. Back to throw. Travis. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebacks for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The Raiders at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is taken in by McBride, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey McBride, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Allen. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 3rd down at 6. Duvernay in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Travis. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one. When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's complete to McBride. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 50 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They're going to look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
2nd and 3. Flush to his right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Operating from the gun, Travis. Throw left side complete. That's Adams.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a second. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
From the 20, here's the 2nd down and 9.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Staying on his feet, escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Looking to throw. Travis. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Travis. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete.
Down the right sideline, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A big play there. 63 yards.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 1. It's brought in by Harris. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And the Raiders have got him. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Second and 11. He's going to air one out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines, but incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. They'll set up to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Duvernay in motion. Now Allen.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Operating from the gun, Travis.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. From 19 yards away.
And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Completes it to Perry.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Travis. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this throw will be intercepted.
Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He'll look to throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. First target, first catch, and a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Travis. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Max Crosby, his second sack of the night. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. Throwing to start the drive. Travis. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Travis. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back to throw. Travis. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Devin Duvernay, 31 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied fourth quarter as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Yeah, he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man is Myers. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Travis.
Connects with Duvernay.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Palmer. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And, partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Looking to throw.
That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he's going to have a Raider 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Delivers on the crosser to McBride.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Trey McBride,
Their 2nd touchdown of the night.
and the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 10 yards out.
And the Raiders tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Raiders, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles.